And folks, we welcome you back to the Thundercast. We have two episodes this week of this Thundercast. This Thursday, Kyle and Rip will be joining, and we will be talking about the new sectionals for the class for every class in football and basketball, and talk some hoops too, because we have new sectionals as well. And once again, and before we start, I do want to say, and I do want to say too that there is a logo down here, uh, which you can see. You may be wondering, why is the Mooresville logo there, guys? I am helping out with the Mooresville baseball team this year, and and that's why and that's why the Kyle and Rip podcast is now this Thursday, because it's supposed to be next Wednesday, but Mooresville goes down to Martinsville, and I won't have time. Uh, and yeah, I just wanted to get on, talk about some stuff. First of all, can't believe that basketball season's already over. I mean, Center Grove girls basketball state champions, and how about Mount Vernon coming back and winning the boys state championship game for for basketball? Mount Vernon, they were able to beat Crown Point. Crown Point was up by 10 at halftime over Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon came back. Like, I do have to say that was a good game. Mount Vernon was a good team, and once the top, but once the top schools were all out, I do have to say that it was all Mount Vernon. Like, it was Mount Vernon's to lose. I mean, the Mount Vernon almost lost to New Albany. Charlotte North almost beat New Albany. Charlotte North actually looked really good. But yeah. Baseball season's underway. Can't wait for that. Coming up later is a Quaker Arrow show with Zach Ellett, and we're gonna be going over some baseball predictions. We got some, and we have some crazy and we have some crazy guests coming on too. Not with the guests coming on the Quaker Arrow show. We have the Northview baseball manager, Quentin Gill. We have boys volleyball player from Evansville Memorial. You know him and you love him. It's Luke Dockery. And he is kind of to be determined, but we might be getting Brady Kloppenstein to join the Quaker Arrow Show. I cannot wait for that. And then for this one, the Thundercast, we have some great guys coming on. I'm gonna go back to I'm going back to my post, so that's where I'm on my phone right now. Uh, we have Todd Wolfley coming on, and we have that scheduled too. We have that scheduled. Don't you worry. If I remember, let me go back to his email real quick. Let me go back to our email. Um, um, if I remember, oh yeah, oh yeah. So yeah, we don't have. Okay, so if I remember correctly, I think we are doing it on a Saturday. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're doing it April 13th. And then some other guys joining. We have so I'm still gonna get in contact with Steve Lynch, because I'm gonna still try to because I'm still wondering when he's gonna join. Same with Andy Weaver. We have Cam Webster from Lawrence North joining the Thundercast, guys. The Cameron Webster from Lawrence North. I can't wait for that. And then we have Jalen Bomar. Jalen Bomar. Jalen Bomar plays baseball for Plainfield, and he's also in Bells and Bows for a show choir at Plainfield too. And then we have from Vogue and the state champion winning Plainfield Femmes Fatales, Corey Stinky will be joining the podcast. I cannot wait for that. Potentially Joey Carnes will be joining. I'm having some show choir kids on, and I cannot wait for that. And then another one coming on April 11th, we have the Chef Bros. We have Kellen and Quentin Chef. I cannot wait for that because that's going to be such a great podcast. Like, I cannot wait for that. And I do want to talk to you about a opportunity that I have been given by Jake Jones, the head coach of Plainfield Wrestling. I have the opportunity in the fall to have the Thundercast partner with them with the Plainfield Wrestling and have a weekly show with some of their guys. I mean, I'm thinking about it. I might take it, which means but that would mean that I would have to double up, which is fine. Like a Thundercast, Plainfield Wrestling show. I would like to do that. That would be awesome. Yeah. I cannot wait to see. I cannot wait to see what what Kellen and Quentin have to say, because I will be asking them. I will be asking them about how. So I think one of the things I'm going to be asking Kellen is what made him transfer back to Plainfield, and then of course asking Quentin what made him not transfer back to Plainfield with Kellen. I mean, yeah. I can't wait to have those two on. And then of course Cooper Bach, Christian Bryan will be joining sometime. I am in the process of getting Harvard Baker Lands, potentially Jahari Miller on here. I cannot wait for all this. I'm gonna be having a lot of I'm gonna be having a lot of guys on here, and I cannot wait for that. So this podcast has been going for 7 minutes, so I'm just gonna go on. I'm gonna briefly touch up on some. I'm briefly gonna touch on the IHSA sectionals, and I'm gonna give my opinions, but I'm gonna be talking to Kyle Nanrope about it. 5A football. Sectional 13 is the best sectional I have ever seen. Why? Travel-wise. It's Greenfield Central, New Pal, Cathedral, Mount Vernon, and Pendleton Heights. That is a great sectional. And then Plainfield, if you're wondering, did Plainfield get moved to 4A? No, they did not. They are now at sectional 14. Both Terre Haute stayed in that sectional. And now it's Plainfield, Arsenal Tech, and both Terre Haute North and Terre Haute South. Sectional 14 is definitely up in the air. I have no clue who is winning that sectional. If I had to pick a team, it would either be Plainfield or Terre Haute South. Terre Haute North sucks, and Arsenal Tech sucks. So it's either going to be Plainfield or Terre Haute South. But it could also be either Terre Haute South or Arsenal Tech. But I don't know. If I have to pick a team based on how people are, I would actually have to pick potentially I have to potentially pick Terre Haute South, not Plainfield. Terre Haute South is is going to be better than Plainfield next year. That's not even a question. But I don't trust Plainfield football next year because I have not even seen to be honest, Plainfield lost everybody. Like they're not going to have any. They won't have a running game. Bryce Evans is is not a great quarterback. He is a good quarterback, but he is very inconsistent and could get better. And Bryce Evans, yes, but I I just don't know how Plainfield's going to be next year, like for football. And that's the thing with and that's the thing with boys basketball. With Harper Baker Lane's like potentially gone. There's still talk that he's transferring. There's also and speaking of transfers, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's also talk that both Langfleys, Kenneth and Landon Langfley, are leaving Pike. Not because of transferring, because of their mom leaving Lawrence Central. So both of them will be going out of state. All the Langfleys are going out of state potentially. Jahari Miller, like is probably gone from Pike. They're also losing Isaiah Hill. I don't know how Pike's gonna be next year either. Like, but another thing I do have to say, yeah. But another thing I do have to say, Plainfield's sectional like is fun, like in football. Plainfield's basketball sectional though, it's the same exact sectional except one team moved in. Mooresville got moved into that sectional. It's because Greenwood is now in their old spot, and then we have some other. News. I mean, not news, but moves. Like because New Pal is now in the Lawrence sectionals. I don't know why they're in the Lawrence sectionals. They're going to get destroyed. They are going to get destroyed. New Pal is not good at basketball. They will be getting destroyed. I'm sorry, but that is how it's going to work. They will be getting destroyed. But other stuff, yeah. 6A North in 6A North in football. We have two teams out of place. I think it's time to seed 6A North. I mean, not 6A North, but 6A, like in general. 6A football needs to be seeded. Because we have teams out of place. 7-team sectional there. I mean, it's getting crazy. Zionsville replaced Pike. Pike replaced Decatur Central. Decatur Central replaced Tech. Because in that JV sectional, it's Decatur Central, Warren Central, Perry Meridian, Southport, Franklin Central, and Decatur. Like, that is a 16 sectional. I need to look to see if that's actually a 17 sectional because I don't know. If I remember, if I remember, that is actually a 17 sectional. So hang on. So no, that's a 5-team sectional. Yeah, there's no 7-team sectional. I mean, that sectional is crazy. It's Decatur, Franklin Central, Southport, Perry Meridian, Warren Central. The team's out of place. Lafayette Harrison is in Crown Point, Lake Central, like in Maryville sectional. Noblesville is in the sectional with Homestead, Northrop, Homestead, Northrop, and Carroll Fort Wayne. 6A needs to be seeded. 6A needs to be seeded badly. And then in Class of 2A, we have a great sectional. Cascade, Greencastle, Monrovia, North Putnam, South Vermilion, South Bryan, West Vigo. The 1A and 3A state champions are in the same sectional. That's going to be a great game. If they play each other like in sectionals, that's going to be a good game. And then Mooresville got moved to sectional number 22. They're now in the section with Beech Grove, Connorsville, Greenwood, Christmas Addicts, Martinsville, Richmond, and Roncolling. That is kind of a stupid sectional. I mean, if you think about it, Frankfort is now in the sectional that Mooresville was in. Frankfort and Gearin Catholic. Very stupid. I don't know why Mooresville is in sectional 25. Like, Mooresville's probably going to win that sectional. Like that's easy. Whiteland football is in the section with Center Grove, Columbus North, and Jeffersonville. Sectional is Lawrence Central, Lawrence North, North Central, and Pike. That's gonna be interesting. There are some interesting sectionals. I do have to say that. And folks, that will do it for today's Thundercast. See you guys later for the Quaker Arrow Show, and of course, coming up Thursday, another Thundercast with Kyle and Edinburgh.